Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
The FBI received the tip just 6 weeks before the deadly rampage, the second warning about Nikolas Cruz in 5 months. But in a stunning admission, the agency says it never investigated when on January 5th, a person close to Cruz called an FBI tip line, providing information about Cruz's gun ownership, desire to kill people, erratic behavior, and disturbing social media posts, as well as the potential of him conducting a school shooting. The FBI describing the information as a potential threat to life, that it should have been forwarded to the FBI Miami field office for follow-up, but that information was never passed on.
The potential of the FBI to miss something is always there. We do our best. We will be looking into where and how, if something with the protocol broke down.
Stunned reactions from students, like survivor Delaney Tarr.
We need to protect our teachers, our children. Every person in this country needs to be protected. And the fact that they failed us, it makes me so angry.
Jeff Kasky's 2 sons hid behind desks during the carnage.
I'm shocked because the FBI, I thought, had their act together.
A former FBI executive called the revelation devastating.
With the amount of information the FBI appeared to have in this lead, it was from a credible source, a reliable source, and there was a level of specificity. The FBI may have been able to prevent this attack.
The new admission follows FBI confirmation of another warning. Last September, a YouTube blogger alerted agents about this disturbing post on his page from someone calling themselves Nikolas Cruz. It says, "I'm going to be a professional school shooter."
I hope people learn that when somebody throws up red flags, they need to pay more attention to them.
In that case, the FBI says it was unable to trace the source of the post. And tonight, there may have been more missed red flags. The sheriff here says there are as many as 20 previous calls about Nikolas Cruz. President Donald Trump tonight is here in Parkland, only 40 miles from his home in Palm Beach County. He's here visiting at the hospital.
Hundreds protest object used in FL attack, forgetting FBI and police ignored threats that let it happen. While the students who survived a school shooting in Florida have been vocal in their protest against the inanimate object that was used in the attack, they have ignored the failures of the FBI and local police to prevent it. By Rachel Blevins, February 22, 2018. Several of the surviving students from Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, have turned into gun control advocates in the last week. But while they were quick to protest against the inanimate object that was reportedly used to kill 17 students and teachers, they seem to be ignorant of the fact that the FBI ignored multiple reports and the local police department ignored dozens of calls about death threats from the suspect. More than 100 students from Parkland visited the Florida state capitol exactly 1 week after the shooting to participate in the rally to support gun safety reform, in an attempt to call on lawmakers to enact stricter gun control. Students David Hogg and Emma Gonzalez have also gained mainstream media fame by speaking out in a number of interviews and referring to members of the National Rifle Association as child murderers. However, despite all of the rage that was channeled towards the inanimate object used by suspect Nikolas Cruz, the student activists are missing a few major pieces of the puzzle that could have prevented the massacre. Less than 6 weeks before the shooting, someone the FBI described as a person close to Cruz reached out to the agency and desperately pleaded for their help. The person reported Cruz's gun ownership, desire to kill people, erratic behavior, and disturbing social media posts, as well as the potential of him conducting a school shooting. Instead of investigating the tip, the FBI has admitted that its agents failed to follow protocols, and did not follow up. But this was not the first time the FBI received reports of Cruz's violent threats. In September 2017, Cruz left a comment on a YouTube video that said, "I'm going to be a professional school shooter." The user who uploaded the video immediately took a screenshot of the comment and submitted it to the FBI. While agents from a local field officer were quick to respond and followed up with an in-person interview, they never fully followed through with an investigation into Nicholas Cruz. Cruz also left comments on YouTube videos claiming that he was going to kill law enforcement one day, which should have added to the red flags that would have led to an investigation. In addition to the FBI's failure to do the one job that would have made its agents look like the heroes the mainstream media has attempted to portray them as in the past, the local police department also failed to act on a number of reports. In fact, Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel admitted that there were at least 20 calls for services in the last few years regarding Cruz. Multiple students who were former classmates of the accused killer said that he threatened to kill them over social media, and they reported the threats to the school and to local law enforcement. Broward Sheriff's deputies were also called to the Cruz family home 39 times in the last 7 years over reports of a mentally ill person, child/elderly abuse, domestic disturbance, and missing person. Given all of the clear warning signs over a period of years, and the fact that the state of Florida has the Baker Act, which allows law enforcement to force the involuntary institutionalization and examination of an individual for up to 72 hours if they believe that the individual may cause harm to others or to themselves, it is shocking that they are not receiving more criticism for their failure to act. It is no surprise that a number of students would want to stand up for what they believe in and to speak out after their school was attacked, but why does every vocal student from Parkland seem to be adamantly in support of protesting against the weapon that was used to attack their school, while they ignore all of the FBI agents and police officers who failed to protect and serve them in their time of need?
Politicians who need. So what do you say to the NRA?
Dismantle.
And don't make another organization.
Yeah,
under
don't make another
name.
Organization under a different name. Don't you dare come back here. The fact that you were in power for so long and that you had so much influence for so long in America just goes to show how much time and effort we still need to spend on fixing our country.
Absolutely.
And gun control is just the first thing right now, the first thing that we are mainly focusing on.
Look, I don't have to tell you guys, they give millions of dollars to politicians. They have a very powerful tool. So, I mean, how do you expect politicians who need money to keep running for office to say no to the NRA?
Because we keep telling them that if they accept this blood money, they are against the children. They're against the people who are dying. And there's no other way to put it at this point. You're either funding the killers or you are standing with the children who have no money. We don't have jobs, so we can't pay for your campaign. We would hope that you have the decent morality to support us at this point.
And not take money from people that want to keep lessening gun legislation and making it even easier for these horrifying people to get guns. Because if you can't get elected without taking money from child murderers, why are you running?
Hey guys, are you going to be able to go back to school this week or next week? Are you going to go back into the building where this happened?
Well, first of all, the freshman building is being torn down, but the rest of the school is staying up, and as soon as we can, we are going to go back into the school. As soon as they say school is on Monday, I'm going to be there. I'm pretty sure. Unless I have interviews or unless we have interviews or somewhere to be, we are going to be at school with the people who need us. We need to stand with our peers. We haven't had time to stand with our peers through all of this. We've been working so hard.
It doesn't make sense. Fix it. It should have been one school shooting, and we should have fixed it. And I'm pissed, because my daughter I'm not going to see again. She's not here. She's not here. She's in North Lauderdale at whatever it is, King David Cemetery. That's where I go to see my kid now.
And that's why I'm here. I lost a best friend who's practically a brother. And I'm here to use my voice because I know he can't. And I know he's with me, cheering me on to be strong, but it's hard.
I was actually in the second classroom that was shot at. In my mind, as a kid, nothing ever that horrible should ever have to happen to you, and you can't even think about it. Like, it doesn't even seem real still. Everything seems fake. I don't even know what's going on.
19 years ago, the first school shooting, Columbine, at Columbine High School, happened, and I was born into a world where I never got to experience safety and peace. There needs to be a significant change in this country because this has to never happen again. And people should be able to feel that when they go to school, they can be safe.
New details that we're learning just in the past few moments is that since 2010, Broward County Sheriff's deputies were called to the shooter's family home 39 times for things ranging from mentally ill person to child and elderly abuse, even to domestic disturbance as well, all coming in to the investigation that is moving forward as a community just tries to process what happened in just a few minutes yesterday afternoon. Former student burst into his high school with an AR-15 rifle. The names of the 17 people whose lives were cut short revealed.
Carmen Shentrup, Meadow Pollock, Peter Wang, Nicholas Dworet, Christopher Hickson, Aaron Feist, Luke Hoyer, Alana Petty, Jamie Gutenberg, Martin Duque Anguiano, Alyssa Al-Hadef, Helena Ramsey, Scott Beagle, Joaquin Oliver, Carol Loughran, Gina Montalto, and Alexander Schachter.
Stories of heroism are also emerging about teachers and coaches who died trying to save the students around them.
Mr. Beagle was my hero, and he still will forever be my hero. I will
when their own lives were in danger.
We took those sheets and we put them in front of everybody so they weren't seen because they were behind a solid.
You say, what can you do? You can stop the guns from getting into these children's hands. This is not fair to our families that our children go to school and have to get killed.
Yeah, and President Trump is expected to visit the region here, to visit with families and local officials. We just got word that Senator Marco Rubio will be here in the area tomorrow to do the exact same. Reporting live from Parkland, Florida, I'm Omar Jimenez.
County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheep up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, you know, at least I can do it, you know, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.